Good morning, everybody. Yes, it is snow, officially snow. Um, yeah, it's pretty cold today. It is cold today. As you can see, it is the first day of snow. So yeah, I'm just warming the van up. I need to rig up some kind of canopy out the back here because I'm just like short of actual space to do stuff. Solar's in, windows are all in, night heater is in. Night heater isn't quite hooked up yet. I just need to kind of rig up a seating system. I decided to go with the interior fuel tank, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one is that on this Renault Master, the fuel sender is obviously in the fuel tank, but to get at the fuel sender you have to drop the tank, which means getting rid of the cowling, getting rid of all the straps and dropping the fuel tank, and that's going to take hours and hours and hours worth of work to do. And it's not really the kind of time of year to be putting it up on ramps and getting under it. It's just not. So yeah, the fuel tank is inside. It's behind the driver's seat. What I'm thinking of doing as well is actually running it on red diesel. I'm not using red diesel for obviously fuel in the van because that's illegal, but potentially if it's any cheaper I might use it. If not, I won't bother. So yeah, tank's going to be filled up from inside. I might kind of rig up some kind of like catch tray or something underneath it in case it leaks. I don't think it will, but you never know. But I'll sort of have a look at something. Yeah, so that's good. The stereo, we had a bash at fitting and we've got it loosely fitted. I need to finish it off today, which is what I'm going to do now. I might also do the Froli bed system. We'll just see how I feel because I am exceptionally cold. And it's worth noting, by the way, that with certain chemo treatments, it messes with your hypothalamus, or it's known to. So, I mean, I'm northern, and I've been out in this in shorts and t-shirt, snowball fighting with the kids in years past. Oh, these years, these latter years, I prefer to be wrapped up in a massive hoodie and a blanket with the heating on in the house because I get that cold. So yeah, it's a bit of a struggle for me. My hands get cold because I've injured them in a previous kind of running adventure. So yeah, the cold isn't my friend these days. I don't mind it. I don't like the mix of cold and wet. That's what I don't like. So yeah, we're going to go and do the stereo. Might have a look at the Froli bed system. I've got some ply coming in a few days, so I can start boarding out the interior. End of this week, obviously, I'm up in Yorkshire, so this is like probably my only day really to do this. And then the latter half of the week, I'm kind of booked up and doing stuff. So yeah, get on, do that, warm up, get some awesome tunes. If anybody has any bright ideas, why aren't you here doing this for me? So, what do we have? Right, we have metal cage, we have brackets. I am missing a pack of screws. Yeah, bear with me. About me. So basically, we've got the Kenwood DMX 7722 DABS stereo. It's an Android Apple Play head unit. It's the upgrade specifically for the Renault Master. I got this from Dynamic Sounds. It's a really nice looking unit so far from what we've had it installed. It's a really nice piece of kit. So this is the rather funky unit. It's a really, really nice piece of kit. If I was like being really serious about my audio install, I would go for an Alpine unit. I've had Alpine units in the past. I absolutely love them. I think they're just really, really amazing. But the version that would specifically do for this was nigh on sort of £800, I think. Which, yeah, I'm not going to go that mad and install an Alpine unit in it. Although that would be absolute Gucci. I would love that. I do have the upgraded speaker pack as well for the doors. I'm hoping that that will be fairly simple. I don't think I'm going to do that today because obviously it's bloody snowing and I don't really want to be stood in it trying to strip off the doors. So yeah, it's just a case of trying to fit it all into this thing. So the previous stereos that come with it are very basic. I mean, it's not even a make, is it? Vistion. That's what the original head unit is, single DIN. So we're basically messing around now, trying to figure out how all of this goes together. Yeah, I'm not keen so far. Yeah, happy days. Let me get on with it. The other fascia's literally all the way in the back. So I have to go all the way around again. Double back. Do you know, I'm just going to give up with it because it's just mugging me off. Somewhat rotten at the moment. So anyway, it's in. So let's have a look. It should just be connecting automatically. Right, so that's pretty much the Android head unit now in. As you can see, it's very nice. I don't quite like the way it's fitting. That's an issue with me. I'm not entirely sure how kind of that's supposed to go in, but that's how I've got it in at the moment. So I think it's obviously just getting caught up at the back of it. So yeah, that's the Android head unit in. So, right then, folks. Oh, had a bit of a lunch. Had a sit in and had a brew because it's cold. It's cold. I've got the heater on in the van anyway. It's a good job I've got electric at the house, isn't it? Right, we're going to have a go at the Froli bed system now. So some people might have seen these on, I suppose, higher end camper vans is where I've seen them. I don't believe I've seen a video yet in the UK where somebody's installed one. I might be wrong. Every video I've seen seems to be US based. So these almost like, so instead of using like so on mine I have a single board, or I have a couple of boards chopped together to create a single sort of bed frame. The Froli system is basically a load of plastic springs which fit, and they sit maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches high off the bed frame, lifts your mattress off, lets airflow underneath it, but it also gives you that spring effect without actually needing to have like a sprung mattress. So I'm going to get all of that. I've got to tidy all of this up. And then I'm going to bring the box in. There's, again, it's like the stereo, it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. So I'm going to get all that stuff, clean this But I'm not going to clean it off because there's a few things I need to do to this frame first. Fix it down, and I also want to kind of just router the edge and get rid of this really sharp edge on it, and just bring it into line with the actual Scorva metal frame as well. So yeah, gonna get on now, gonna do that. Right then, folks, we've done that. So we've trimmed this frame to size, we've screwed it down, we've just run a little bead along the edge just to kind of take that sharp edge off and make it a bit more equal. So yeah, Froli. So as I said, it's a selection of springs, and these sit like that on your bed frame. And if I could just do it, they offer kind of extra support. So there is two types of system. This one's softer, light blue softer. That's to go around your shoulders and your head, I believe. And this one is the rest of your torso. These are the little kind of star-shaped things that this basically connects to, and then you do that. Really, really simple. It's just like a bit of a Meccano set to try and put together. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to start getting everything out of the boxes. Let me just find something. Right. I did get an extension because I wasn't entirely sure if the standard one would fit, but I think the standard one is going to fit. So we have another set anyway. Oh, and these things apparently are like tensioner springs. I think they go inside there like this, and kind of pull it together just to give that kind of frame a bit more tightness. So, oh, it's all over the floor. That's great. It's great. We'll just ignore that. So yeah, let's get all of this stuff out. Let's get it all out. I'll tell you what, we'll get the star system out first, and then we'll start assembling that on the bed, and then we shall put out everything in a moment about where we're going to go. Right. So, as I understand it as well, what you have on these star systems here is you have 3 holes on there and there. So that corresponds to that point there, and these will clip into there. Now what I understand is that each one of these corresponds to a different kind of firmness. So this one is the firmest, that's the softest, and that's somewhere in the middle. So I think we're probably going to go somewhere in the middle. It just literally clips together like that. It is, I mean, this is my first time unboxing it, so yeah, I've watched a couple of videos. Like I've said, they've all been American based people doing these systems. So
Good morning. So we are in Yorkshire this morning at our amazing Airbnb for my mum's birthday. So we're all just both getting up and getting dressed, and then we're going to head out for some breakfast, and then we're going to head over to have a look at this company and meet them and discuss some van stuff. So absolutely stunning outside though, absolutely stunning. Alright then folks, so we are at a company today called, let me get out the sun, there we go. We are at a company today called Bioclad, which is just outside of Harrogate. My sister works for this company and they're looking at developing units for camper vans. First time they've done them. They already make pods for hospitals, so when you go into a hospital and you see these pods where it's an all-enclosed sink unit, toilet unit, all of them kind of things. That's what they do. And it's made out of a kind of plastic material. And they have a whole load of, I'll just take you over here so you can see. It's kind of like the claddings are compressed onto stuff. So if I just turn around. So this is just a sample of some of the colours, and it goes right back there. So you're quite spoilt for colouring, really. So there is a lot. Got to get a brochure and have a look. They don't quite have the colour that I was after, but they do have a CNC machine, which is rather funky. So I've been down to the place. There's another bit down there where they actually make the pods. This is where they store all of this stuff in this unit here, and so we'll have a head down there in a bit, and we'll go and have a look in there and show you where it's all made, and then I can have a chat with the guy or the guys that are in there, and kind of have a look at developing some ideas. I'm probably going to have to come up in the van though to kind of get it all measured up, and then obviously everything can be done on CAD and then sort of CNC machined out, so it's going to be massively accurate. So I need to get the roof done first in the van, and then I can get the cupboards and things in. But if we just look at the colours so far, I have a beautiful kind of sage green, and then like this purple colour. What else have we got? There's oranges, yellows, all different types of greens. So yeah, so some really good colour choices. So I have to get a catalogue, have a look, and have a think. Alright folks, we are currently on our way to Tamworth Audio. So this is the first time that I've actually driven Delilah for any length of distance. It's about 40 minutes, 50 minutes to get there. So yeah, interesting. I've just filled up. £50 taking me to just over half a tank. So that's okay, I'm quite happy with that. Thought it'd be a bit... One second. Right, a bit loud. Yeah, so we're off to Tamworth Audio. Gonna go and get the speakers, the reverse camera, and the underfloor sub fitted today by somebody who actually knows what they're doing, because I can't be arsed doing it and I'd probably make a balls up. So yeah, we're gonna go and do that, head off there now. Van's gonna stop with him for a day or so, I think, until I can kind of pick it up, because it's a bit in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, interesting little journey out. So we'll see what it's like when I get there. Bye for now. Well, we're here. It's currently locked up, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, I have no idea. So we'll. I've got a lift coming for me in about 20 minutes, so we've got plenty of time. So yeah, dropping the van off, get all of this stuff done. Not sure when to pick it up, but still the same, because it was, as I said, we've been up to Yorkshire, and it was crazy weather in Yorkshire this weekend, and my mum's no longer allowed birthdays in November, because every single November we've been up there, it's horrendous weather, like so bad. So yeah, we're going to well, I'm going to do this, leave this here. Tomorrow I've got errands to run, so I'm not going to do anything till Thursday now, maybe Friday, depending when I get the van back, and then I can start the panelling out in the back, building in some seats, building a cupboard, trying to work out designs for this new kitchenette unit that I'm trying to figure out. So yeah, exciting times.
Hello folks. Well, it's been a few days since I've done any, it's been a good week I think since I've done anything on a van. So, the van's been off. We are now all hooked up with the head unit, new speakers, under seat sub, and the reverse camera is all hooked in and done now. So that's like probably the last major sort of piece of thing done that I can't do. I think it's worth noting here on this particular video is that I'm not going to be doing step-by-step processes on how to do everything, because you know from the last video I haven't filmed absolutely everything from doing the windows, because there's no point really. There's like thousands of videos on YouTube that show that. So if you need your videos fitting, if you need your solar fitting, you know, any of them things, just Google what you're after and it'll be there and you'll be fine. So I'm not going to do that. In response to another comment on the previous video, insulation wise, right, so let me just show you. Okay, so what we have, this is like the final layer, and this is the thermal fleece, or it's like a plastic fleece like you get in B&Q. So it's very good for you. You don't have to wear a mask. It doesn't hold on to moisture. It has good thermal properties. So it's very kind, and it's recycled plastic as well. Okay, this is the second layer. So third, second, and this, as you can see, is probably about 5-6 mil thick, and this is a thermal insulation and sound deadening as well. Now I know somebody questioned about whether I needed to have consider the condensation and so on and so forth. This is nothing to do with condensation, although it does have sort of moisture wicking properties about it. It is purely there for thermal efficiency and some level of extra sound deadening as well. So yeah, and then behind this we actually have the sound deadening panels. So it's just worth bearing in that mind. This is not a kind of a foil insulation that goes above, you know, on it like you see in other vans do to stop the condensation. I mean, my thoughts is, again, it's a touchy topic, but my thoughts is that sometimes you can do a bit too much in some of these vans, and when people are doing conversions, you tend to look at what everybody else is doing and think that's correct. It may not necessarily be correct. What I would do is actually speak to people and ask them what they've done in their vans, and kind of try and get some idea of what they've done. What I am doing is what I need and what I want in my van, not what everybody else has done. Yes, I've taken some inspiration from people, but I am not here to copy everybody. So that's that. So what we're basically going to do and finish off this particular video is we are going to finish fitting the Froli bed system, and that is it, because the next steps now are going to be to do with the cladding of the entire vehicle firstly, Secondly, it's going to be building the seat. So that's going to be quite a lot of work doing all of that. And then, as you've seen, just maybe before this, I've hooked up with a company called BioClad over in Yorkshire. And them guys have been producing kind of hospital pods. I would kind of say they've started producing them, but they've been doing this biocladding for various places, hospitals, hotels, restaurants, people's homes, you know, and it's antimicrobial, it's wipeable, it's washable, it's light, it can be laminated to the other substances they've got some, I can't really remember what it is, they have like a thick plasticky substance which laminates to that, and then that's what they build their kind of hospital pods out, which are virtually indestructible. You know, obviously, if you go at it with a machine gun and what have you, it'll probably be destroyed, but you can't destroy it by hand. So, yeah, they're extremely good. I'm not going to be using that in a van because that kind of setup is a little bit too heavy for me. So I'm going to be cladding this first, then I'm going to be cladding it in the BioClad stuff, and a beautiful textured sort of grey finish to match the front as well. And then I'm working on the idea for the kitchen unit and the other cupboards, which are also going to be kind of clad within the two colour patterns. So yeah, quite a bit going on. I'm going to pop up there in a couple of weeks, go and pick up the first lot of cladding for the van, and then start working on some ideas for the cupboards, which is probably going to be quite a long drawn out process really by the time we've figured all of that out. So that's quite exciting. It's quite exciting. So yeah, going to get on now, going to do the Froli bed, and then that'll be it, and then I'll move on to the cladding on the next one. But I'm also interested as well, I not just kind of like, obviously all of this section is like van builds and people have been really enjoying them, and you know, had some really positive feedback about that, so thank you everybody. But I do other things as well, you know, I tat around all day, I kind of mess with things, I make stuff, like DIY, the kind of days out I do. If anybody wants to see any of that, just let me know. I'm quite happy to film some of the other stuff I do. I'm in the process of doing the bathroom as well at the moment, making new cabinets for that, done the skirting, going to be doing something else in there. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on. I always I'm more busier now than when I used to work full time. So yeah, I've got quite a few things going on. So if you want to see anything like that, just let me know. But I'll get on with the bed now. Done. Wasn't very long at all, that job. So yeah, that's now done. The mattress will eventually need to be cut down by about maybe 6 inches or so, because once the cladding's on, it's going to be too big. So yeah, so yeah, that's the end of this video. I don't even know what's in this video because I can't remember what I did. The bed, I never did that. The ladder, maybe. Who knows? So yeah, now I'm gonna crack on the next video, crack on and start doing all the cladding. So that'll be fun.